What's up, man? It's your boy Jay, aka The Strategy, aka Mama. There goes that man again, aka I'm so disrespectful, aka the man by many names, and you're tuning in to another episode of the Walking Dead Review Show. Finally, I'm back. As you can see, I have pink eye. I know you guys are gonna probably say some fucked up shit in the comments, but hey, shit happens. I don't know how I got pink eye, but anywho, you're not here to hear about my problems. The Walking Dead, the show is back on television, so I guess I'm back on YouTube. Anywho, let's get it kicked in. You would think that The Walking Dead would pick up. This is the opening season. This is the opening episode of the season 3, and you would think that the episode would pick up where the last season left off, but on the contrary, it doesn't. From first glance, looking at it, you thought it did, but as you recall, the last season left off. Rick's wife was like a couple of months pregnant. And in this one, when you see her stomach, she's 6 months pregnant. It's obvious that she's ready to give birth at any given moment. And yeah, so she's 6 months pregnant, so that means, well, her stomach's round, so you assume they're saying that she might give birth any day now. So you know she's it's at least been a year, at least, at maximum it's been a year. So you know, they show the group moving to house and stuff, and they're basically getting supplies, and they don't really know what they're gonna do, what's next, because walkers are still around, and they give you the opinion as though they've come in contact with more herds that we saw in the last episode of season 2, that they've come in contact with more of those herds, and this time they're even bigger. And they give you that opinion when they're talking. We actually see Carl playing much more of a role in here. We've seen Carl grow up. You know, when we saw him last time, he was a little kid in season 2. I mean, he's still a little kid, but they giving him much more responsibility. And we see him, we see Rick, we see all these guys, and you know, T-Dog, and they basically bust into a house, and you know, they kick some ass, and Carl's toting a gun and shit. And I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, last season, you know, his mom was, you know, going fucking crazy when she didn't even know where he was. This season, he's running with the big boys. You know, he's got a gun, and he's handling himself very well. He's not hesitating to pull a trigger. So I'm interested in, I'm excited to see where the writers take the character Carl, because between Herschel's daughter and Carl, there's obviously, you know, I think Carl's like around, I want to say 12 or 13, around that age, and Herschel's daughter has to be from anywhere from 16 to 15. Obviously, you know, he's kind of crushing on her a little bit, and she's kind of, you know, crushing on him a little bit. But you know, they're really, I want to see where the writers take that. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, I don't want to see that. Well, I'm sorry, she's a girl, he's a boy. You know, they're in Armageddon, so you really don't have a lot of choices on which mates you get to choose with. So, anywho, way back in the beginning of the episode, they basically, like I said, some time has passed, at least a year, and the group is really losing hope. You know, they're telling that, you know, they can't keep going on like this. You know, they need to find a place to regroup, while everybody's like kind of like resting up or stop for a rest. Rick and they go off hunting, and Rick sees a prison, and he gets a bright idea. Hey, you know, a prison is a place that we can fortify, hold up, and kind of like, you know, not make a life, but yeah, make a life for yourself, fortify, give yourself some breathing room. I mean, the Forum wasn't really a place to be fortified, it's a form. A prison is, you know, kind of almost like a castle. I mean, that's a place that you can truly fortify yourself in. And Rick goes, and you know, he gets this bright idea, he tells the group, and they're basically see these walkers, and he's like, you know, if I can close the gate, we can take them on. We can keep more of them from coming out, and we can make this our home. And it's like a big prairie, and Herschel, you know, is a farmer, so he's like, you know, We can grow some tomatoes, some cucumbers. You know, they start thinking, which is smart because this is a place where they could actually formify. I always thought last season when they was talking about making a life in the farm, that was stupid because the farm was basically out in the open. There was no fortification. It was a fence, a wooden fence at that. That's not going to stop any fucking thing. So they go in and, you know, they set up camp there. Laura, Rick's wife, y'all always leaving in the comments I'm saying her name wrong, but Rick's wife, Rick is kind of being a little cold to her, which he should be a little cold to her. I said it in my very last review of last season that she was a bitch for reacting the way that she did when he told her what he told her. I don't understand how the group can get mad at Rick. Rick did nothing wrong. Shane tried to kill him. He told the group, he was like, listen, Shane set it all up. Shane set it all up. He set it up to lure me out, to kill me. The episode goes on, and he's kind of giving her the cold shoulder. And, you know, he's kind of not dealing with her, which I like that. I'm sorry. Rick has done everything in his power to keep this group alive. I told y'all guys from day one he was the only one left with his humanity, and I like that in this season it looks like they're gonna show more of him as a person, because he's a man and shit gets to him as well, but he's trying to be as strong as he possibly can. We actually saw Herschel lose his leg in this episode at the very beginning. I'm skipping too far here. Anywho, they fortify the prison or whatnot, and they fortify the prison, and Rick's like, we can rest up here for a while, and he's really he's really persistent on let's get this done so we don't have to worry about anything. And you can kind of tell, they don't say it, but you can kind of tell with the emotions that they're showing that he's really been pushing the group hard for the time that we didn't see them. And I like a part in here where Maggie said when she was talking, she was like, he got us farther than I ever thought he would, and Shane couldn't do that. And that's what a lot of people don't give Rick credit for. Shane is the type of guy that if you fall or you're weak, and he's not coming back for you, he's going to keep moving forward. Rick is the type of guy, he wants the group to stay together. He keeps the group together. It's all for one and one for all. Shane doesn't have that mentality. It's if you're deemed weak, you're out of the group. We see Andrea. She's with this new black lady. Yes, I know her name. I know the black lady's name, but they haven't actually told us her name in the series yet, so I'm not going to say her name until they tell us in the series. Until they tell us in the series, I'm not going to say her name. But she's with this new black lady who's fucking badass, man. Badass. But she's with her, and you can tell that they've been together for some time. And somehow or another, they basically tell you without telling you that she's sick, that she's fallen ill, and she's kind of slowing the black lady down, but she's not going to abandon her. And you know, like I find out in the prison that they trying to forticate that there are some prisoners still alive who have not been bitten. This new episode, it was a good episode. It wasn't a great episode. It was an okay episode. Really anxious to see what the writers came up with this season. I'm definitely anxious to see what they came up with this season. But it was a good episode. Glad to be back on YouTube. Hopefully, tune in next Sunday. Hopefully my pink eye's gone away. I can't believe I got pink eye. And for the people who's hitting me up on my channel, in my inbox, asking me, yo, Jay, where you been? I'm back on YouTube. I got some other stuff that I'm also planning to put on this channel. Don't forget to check out the latest episode of Super Kick, which is on my collab channel. And if you want to know more about me, or you know, kick with your boy, follow me on Twitter. All in the description bar. So I tune in. I got some stuff coming up on this channel, so be on the lookout. And see you guys next Sunday. So I'm signing off. Konnichiwa, bitches.